This is my sermon for Easter Sunday this year, April 24th, 2011, the title of which is The Easter Bunny Considers Easter. One always hears complaints that this Christian high holy day of Easter has been commercialized to the point where its original meaning is being lost. The original Christian meaning, that is, the meaning of death and resurrection, sacrifice and forgiveness, the salvation of the world through the act of a selfless man who, as an earthly incarnation of God, chose to bear the burdens of our sins and thus achieved salvation for us all. Or, depending on your point of view, at least achieved salvation for those who believe he actually did this. This is indeed a powerful notion, if it's true. And it's a powerful notion, metaphorically, even if it is not true, that we may find fulfillment in our lives by living for others, affirming others as our brothers and sisters without condition, affirming them even to the point of giving up our own lives in their behalf. The complaint goes that this rich and original meaning of the Christian Easter is being adulterated and corrupted by who else? The Easter Bunny, of course. The obvious culprit in this view, along with all the paraphernalia that goes with this innocent little animal. His brightly colored eggs, which manufacturers have no trouble replicating in brightly colored plastic, along with candy eggs and chocolate bunnies and the cozy baskets to put them in. You know, commercial interests can hardly make a profitable field day out of selfless suffering on the cross. But the bunny, a different story. No one needs to respect the Easter Bunny, whose relationship to the Christian Easter isn't that clear anyway. In fact, Christian strict constructionists see the Easter Bunny as an intruder on the true Easter meaning. Heretic bunny. Blasphemer bunny. Except that it's not true. I mean, the commercialization of Easter is true, and concern about this can certainly be appreciated, as we all may be concerned about the rabid commercialization of every precious, true, and serious thing in modern, crass, commercial society. But please, is the Easter Bunny really the culprit? I don't think so. The Easter Bunny has a perfect right to be dismayed and insulted by these charges, this public calumny. I'm frustrated about this because I probably should have told you this much sooner, maybe even my interview for this position, but I am the Easter Bunny. This may come as a surprise to some of you. Others of you may just think this explains a lot of things. The doubters among you may say, you don't look like the Easter Bunny. How do you know? Have you ever actually seen me? You've seen pictures of what people think I look like, and some of them, frankly, aren't very complimentary. I mean, a little, cute little vest and no pants. Well, you never see me anyway, and you're not going to either. I'm clever. I sneak around and get the job done incognito. But I am not happy. No, I am not a happy bunny. Why, you may ask, am I not happy? Aren't bunnies happy by nature, hopping around in the grass, over knolls, under bushes, alongside brooks, gambling about with their family and friends, enjoying the warm spring air? Why wouldn't a bunny be happy? And especially, why wouldn't I, the Easter Bunny himself, a major celebrity, be happy? Well, because we bunnies are getting a bad rap, is why. The stuff that people say about us in public, making it sound as if, all we think about is, well, that we're not really self-controlled, discreet. And beyond that stuff, there's this thing about our laying eggs, and colored eggs that. I'm trying to contain myself here. Look, bunnies do not lay eggs. That's ridiculous. Think about it. No, I'm not a happy bunny, not at all. No offense, but we bunnies in general, and in particular, I, as the Easter Bunny, have been maligned, really slandered, libeled. Let's look at this whole thing from my point of view. First of all, the rabbit, of which I am proud to be one, does have lots of babies. Not as many or as often as the fruit fly, mind you, but who would ever imagine a fruit fly as a holiday symbol? And fruit fly eggs are really hard to see, let alone dip in bright colored dyes and arranged charmingly in baskets. Fruit fly eggs are so small that if you did hide one, a kid couldn't find it. And frankly, most kids wouldn't want to. We rabbits, on the other hand, we rabbits have evolved as a perfect symbol of this time of year. And you should be glad that we're willing to hop around in your imagination and perform this symbolic service. So no wonder I'm troubled by being misunderstood. Let me tell you, and this is my basic point, far from being an intruder on the meaning of Easter, I got here first, thousands of years before Christianity, which actually intruded on me, on my original meaning. Let me recount some of this for you. To begin with, for the very earliest humans in the oldest records and civilizations of Asia, for example, and in Egypt, the hare, very similar to the rabbit, was the symbol of the moon. And the moon and the rabbit both became the symbol of rebirth, and in some religious traditions, of life after death. This was true in the ancient cultures, and it was a belief which spread to the Greeks and then to the Romans, who shared it with the rest of Europe. Later, the Celts and other early European groups celebrated the festival of Estra. That's pronounced Estra, but it's spelled E-A-S-T-R-E. Estra was the goddess of the dawn, associated with springtime and fertility. Our word east is drawn from Estra's name. Her husband was the sun god, and the sun does rise, after all, at dawn and in the east. The first Sunday after the first full moon after the vernal equinox became Estra's sacred day, and this pagan holy day was named Estra. The full moon represented Estra's pregnancy with the infant spring, so that spring, when it was born, was seen as the sun's offspring. Estra's symbols were the rabbit, the most prolific animal, and also the egg, both symbols of new life, fertility, and rebirth. At the dawn of history in the Near East, dyed eggs were already being used in pagan rituals. The idea of me at that point, the Estra bunny, delivering these eggs, emerged in the Middle Ages, note, centuries after I came on the scene. But that's another matter.